Nikki Cottom here with this class, Essential Oils for the Heart. And I just wanted to welcome you to this video if you're coming on live or if you're watching this recorded. I'm really excited to do this, first of all, with the theme of Valentine's Day. It's very much on the topic, on people's minds, heart and wellness, and taking care of your heart, being in love. What about past breakups? Maybe you had experienced a broken heart and maybe you're still not over that. Also, many of you are open to chakra healing, and the heart chakra is connected to the thymus gland, and it's in this heart region. Now, other things in this region that may be affected by an unhealthy heart chakra are the breast tissue, lungs, thymus gland. This could also interfere with relationships. It could interfere with blockages in our lives. So here we are. Spouse, will you share this upstairs on the other group? Will you share this on the other group? Share it from my oils page to my group to my page.
How can I do that?
So anyways, hey Kimberly, welcome on. So here I am. I'm going to be talking a little bit about essential oils for the heart. I know a lot of us, we go through life and we experience love and it's so wonderful and so beautiful. And sometimes in our lives we get a broken heart. We feel betrayed, lonely, rejected, disconnected. There are all sorts of feelings of abandonment and whatnot there. So that's all related to the heart. And like I just mentioned, the heart chakra is connected to, this whole region. So the lungs, the thymus gland, which helps with thyroid function and metabolism, the immune system as well. So the heart really, really affects the whole body. And if you think about it, the heart beats love or positive life force to all the other organs in the body. And which is why when your heart is healthy, usually you live a long time, right? If the heart is good, you're good to go, because circulation comes from there. When we exercise, our hearts create this medicine for the rest of our body to have wellness. Our hearts do a really lot for us. So it's just really cool to be able to talk about the heart. There are so many aspects. And in my profession, I work a lot with women and families whose hearts have been broken at some time or other in their lives, or under extreme stress because of relationships and difficulties. That the heart is really where I focus all my energy in my profession as well. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about hearts today and how we can keep our hearts healthy and well. So if you know me, you know I like to use the Emotions and Essential Oils book, which I will, but I'm also going to use this Modern Essentials book, and the Modern Essentials book has categories for everything, including the cardiovascular system. So I'm going to be pulling some of those oils up, for reference here, and so we'll go ahead and jump into that. So in this book, the essential oils mentioned for the heart are orange, which emotionally is the oil of abundance, right? Connection there. Cypress, which is an oil of letting go or going with the flow. Hi, Stephanie, welcome. Then there's cinnamon. Cinnamon is the oil of sexual harmony, and we can kind of see how that might relate to the heart as well, right? Then we've got Copaiba, and Copaiba is right up there in my book with frankincense and myrrh. Hiya, Stephanie. Right up there with frankincense and myrrh. So it's a resin oil, very powerful, very good at just clearing out old patterns of behavior, old ways of thinking. Copaiba emotionally is one of my favorite oils in the emotional book. And that's because it helps you dig deep into your past and find out where the issues kind of come from, whether it was, having your heart broken at 18 years old, or, losing a grandparent, or, wherever that was for you, where your heart just broke. Copaiba can help dig through the past and help you just kind of not relive the past, but just kind of come to terms with it and be able to move forward that way. So I'm really, really excited about Copaiba there. And so Copaiba is on there, sandalwood. Sandalwood is the oil of sacred devotion. So that is a really good one for the heart as well. As you can kind of tell, right? Devotion. Thyme. Thyme is an oil of forgiveness, right? It's really powerful at cleansing the heart. It's like what oregano does to the gastrointestinal system, thyme can do for our hearts. It can just let those deep, deep toxins go. So that's a beautiful oil. And Neroli's on here as well. I know Neroli has an amazing emotional benefit, but because this is a newer oil, I have to look it up. So Neroli is the oil of sacred purpose and partnership. So it's a unifying and stabilizing oil. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail there, but let me just focus, see. Thyme essential oil is what I'm talking about. Although thyme, the herb, might work as well. Thyme essential oil is concentrated, so you're going to get a stronger amount of that essence, that spirit of the oil in the essential oil as opposed to the herb. But good question, Stephanie. Thank you for that. But I wanted to point out that, welcome Rhonda, that all those oils I just mentioned, those are in the physical aspect. This is not the emotions book. However, as we're going through there, and I just listed off, orange is the oil of abundance, cypress is the oil of going with the flow, cinnamon is the oil of sexual harmony, copaiba is the oil of, making resolve from the past, sandalwood is the oil of sacred devotion, thyme is the oil of forgiveness, and neroli is the oil of shared purpose and partnership. That's just beautiful. So this, again, is just in the physical aspects, right? So there's evidence that these oils show up for physical benefits for the heart. For example, pain, heart pain, like a squeezing in the chest, arrhythmia, having an abnormal rhythm, atherosclerosis, which is a plaque on the heart, and all those things. Those are the key oils right there, and those are the oils that help at a physical level, and I just told you some of the emotional benefits there as well. So pretty cool how the physical oils could make have such an emotional tie to them. So if you're dealing with heart issues, or somebody is struggling with the physical heart, difficulties with arrhythmia, with plaque buildup, with arteries, artery trouble, with anything like that, essential oils can definitely help on a physical and emotional level at the same time. That's what I love about essential oils. So I'm going to go into details. So as far as pain on the heart goes, good oils if you're feeling, chest pain or pain in the heart area. Ginger is one of the ones recommended. And ginger emotionally is the oil of empowerment. Okay? Empowerment. Cool oil, huh, for the heart. It's powerful. So breathing in ginger is wonderful. I actually put it in my diffuser with Eleni Ylang and what was the other one? I don't know. Eleni Ylang and this one. And so with ginger, you can rub it over the heart. I'm going to break this down for you. Oils for the heart, here's how you apply them. So let's say I did ginger right here and wild orange. The combination is amazing. Ginger and wild orange, try it. So ginger is that spicy, that deep, just gingery, kind of belongs in the fall type of spices, which I love so much. So here I just put ginger over my heart. That's a great place. Another great place to put essential oils for the heart are on these. Let me remember what the name of this is. the carotid artery right here. There's one on either side of your neck, this carotid artery. And so this is a really good place to put oils because it goes right into the heart right here. So you could put it here. That way, you know, it affects the mind as well as the heart right here. Put it on the chest. Also, another good place to put this oil is actually underneath the left ring finger. And as you probably know, the left finger, the reason why we have a ring right here on the left ring, or ring finger, is because this is the one that has a vein that goes all the way up to the heart, right? So it has that meridian line straight down to this finger. So putting essential oils on this finger is nice too. What are the other places? Also, you can also put it on the reflexology points on the feet where the heart are. But I really like this. It feels really good to put oils on this carotid artery. So that's a really good one. So as far as pain goes, if you're feeling pain right here in the chest, feel free to put ginger and wild orange on there. It makes a beautiful smell of that rind of the orange, that citrus rind, along with the ginger, just makes such a citrusy, spicy, beautiful, beautiful combination. Okay, as far as arrhythmia, or your heart skips a beat or is off, or, you know, switches up patterns, I've noticed this to be a case with a lot of women I've worked with who have experienced a broken heart and just can't quite seem to get over it. It may cause feelings of panic and that type of thing. It really affects the heart and makes it irregular. So the oils recommended for this one are ginger, Eleni Ylang, lavender, deep blue, and neroli. So lavender, deep blue, Eleni Ylang, and neroli. And what you're going to want to do, so I'm going to pull these out. Eleni Ylang is actually my favorite essential oil for the heart. This one really just calms the mind, calms the heart. It just brings, it's a sedating oil. It brings just calm to the body. And what it does at the same time is it helps the heart calm down so it can find a rhythm again. And I have known one particular lady, in fact, she didn't want to be on medication because they weren't working for keeping her heart rhythm right. And so what she did was she got some Eleni Ylang and put it on, and she had no more problems with it. So Eleni Ylang is a beautiful floral. It's a Filipino flower. It's like the king of flowers. Very fresh, very clean, sweet, beautiful oil. And by itself, it's beautiful. In a blend, it's really beautiful too. So that's a really good one that you can put on the heart there. And so lavender, we know that a lot of people know lavender is calming, and lavender, doTERRA's lavender smells so clean and so good. And so with lavender calms too. So when the heart is irregular, what we want to bring is calming and soothing. So I'm just to demonstrate where to put the oil right here underneath the ring finger right here. That's gonna reach the heart right there. So you can put oils on any of those places, but I put it there. And then I'm going to pull out the deep blue, which is the soothing blend, right? And deep blue is amazing for inflammation. Now, I will tell you, one of the things I've learned about the heart is if you want to help the heart, it's really important to use things that are antioxidant, because that kind of just de-stresses the body from free radical damage and other toxins, as well as polyphenols are really good for the heart too. Polyphenols are free radicals. So what you want to go for is anything antioxidant, and you're going to want to go for anything naturally anti-inflammatory. Those two things I have found in my research over and over again as being really good for the heart. So antioxidant support, and then just the overall anti-inflammatory, calming, soothing of the heart. So deep blue is the soothing blend, great for inflammation. I'm going to put it right here on the carotid artery. because I think that will be nice. Nice for my neck, maybe some stress there too that may be flowing to the heart, maybe from my mind. So I'm going to put it there. And then Neroli. Okay, so this one doTERRA just came out with this one recently, so I don't know a ton about this, but I know that it's from the research that they came out with, it was really good for the heart. Let me just look it up really quick in this book here, because I'm pretty sure I have it in here. So Neroli, it's actually an orange blossom. That's right. It kind of smells like bitter orange. Yeah. So it's from. So yeah, it's from an orange blossom there. Some of the uses are relaxing, emotional balance, calming, and good for the skin, right? So this one would be really good to put, anywhere that really helps with the heart. So I'm gonna put it here on my finger, and I'm also gonna put a little bit right here on the carotid arteries, right there. Maybe a little bit of residual on the chest. And you can put them any of these places or all of these places. And yeah, so this one is the one of shared purpose and partnership. And so it's really, really good. If any of these resonate with you, like you hear about them, you hear the emotional benefit, and then you're like, whoa, this helps for this physical benefit too, please use it. That's why I'm doing this video. So, or if somebody comes to mind while I'm talking about this, feel free to share this with them. You can share this video live, or you can actually share it after I'm done in the recording. So that is as far as what I was looking at with essential oils for irregular heartbeat and that type of thing. The next one is buildup of plaque around the heart. So think about the spiritual symbolism of building up this plaque there, okay? In my work as an emotion code practitioner, what I do is I help people pull down the walls from their hearts so they can give and receive love freely. And so here are some of the oils that are good at helping break down the plaque there. And I believe in the metaphor. I believe in the symbolism between the two. In fact, that is totally my style. So if you know me, that's what I do. I make connections in the symbolism, in the spiritual, physical, emotional aspect of it all. And so hopefully, if you can kind of tie the pieces together, you'll be able to find out which oils are best for you. So here are the ones for this plaque buildup. Lemon is the first one. Lemon is an antioxidant. It's also very good at cleansing. So if you put it in your water, it's actually running through that heart chakra as it's going down. Lemon is also an oil of focus related to creativity. So it helps with that creativity center. And so instead of being, having your heart, really hardened, maybe you need to put some more creative energy in there. So lemon is in there. Lavender, which is the oil of communication. There we go, right through the neck area again. Lavender really helps calm and validate you that you can speak your purpose. And that is so important to the heart, that we're able to speak our purpose. The next one is Melissa or lemon balm. And this one is beautiful oil. This is the oil of light. It helps remind us of our purpose, who we came into this world to be. And so can you imagine how beautiful for the heart that oil is? It's got such as far as vibrational frequency goes, it's off the charts. It's well, I guess not off the charts. It's very, very good. High frequency, beautiful, beautiful essential oil. All right, so we have that one, Melissa. Dill is also really good if you know somebody struggling with difficulties focusing in school that may have to do with some emotional baggage. Dill could be supportive in that aspect too. If you're curious about dill, let me know. I'll tell you more information on that. Also, the Cellular Complex. Okay, so that is the In the Lifelong Vitality Pack. The Cellular Complex is the Alpha CRS Plus, okay? And this one has natural polyphenols in it. And then there's also a doTERRA supplement, Deep Blue, the polyphenol complex, which has natural polyphenols in it. So that really helps with the inflammation, and this inflammation kind of is probably what creates this wall, this plaque buildup. So that just, if that makes sense to you, that to me that's beautiful. All right, Rhonda, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in, because I know you're watching and I want to validate whatever questions you have. So feel free to type those questions in and I'll answer them. Thank you. All right, so the other one, as far as calming the heart, soothing the blood pressure, a couple good ones are lavender, which is calming, right? And thyme, which is the oil of forgiveness. Other oils for cardiovascular support: orange, cinnamon, cypress, sandalwood, and thyme, which we've already mentioned. So those are the ones in the physical book. Okay. There are so many essential oils that can help our hearts emotionally, though. Okay. So once we've gotten down and maybe we've thought, okay, I think back to a time where maybe the time you had your heart broken, and I'm talking really broken, squashed, ripped apart, trodden upon, that your heart just felt so broken, in a mess, splat, whatever, your heart just was broken. Okay, so think back to that time, and you may see, unless you've done a lot of emotional repair work with me or with other people, a lot of times we have a really hard time moving emotionally upward from that experience. Most of the time people move emotionally downhill from those experiences, which is why I tend to see a lot of women who come see me are, have dealt with breast cancer, lung issues, anything in this heart chakra area, because when our hearts get broken, our heart really, has a hard time meeting the needs of this, energetically around here. It's like there are blockages of these emotional heartbreak and betrayal and all sorts of things around our hearts. So what I like to do is I like to help clear out that negative energy, just detoxify from that negative energy. And so I brought some essential oils that I think will be helpful for this. All right. One of my favorites, Copaiba, okay, that we didn't talk about a ton, but Copaiba is emotionally, it's the oil of kind of digging through the past and finding what was that experience maybe that caused your heart chakra to go downhill, that caused you to feel brokenhearted and caused kind of your health to decline a little bit. And what Copaiba does is it helps bring those issues, those feelings you once felt, back to the surface so that you can deal with them properly. Okay? And juniper berry does a similar thing as well. Juniper berry helps us recognize the pain from our past so that we can let it go. And what this looks like is, for example, let's say at 18 we had a breakup and it was really bad and our heart just got broken and we're like, no, I'm never going to do this again. And eventually we find love again maybe and life is good for the most part, but we still kind of go back to that, but that happened to me, and so I can't trust this type of person or whatever. Those are signs that maybe your emotional health was damaged a little bit at that time. So what Copaiba is going to help with is really help go back to that time and pull up those feelings that maybe you were feeling. And instead of stuffing them down or saying, I don't want to deal with it, or crying your eyes out or whatever, you can actually think about, okay, what can I learn from this? I know I made a mistake. I dealt with it poorly, but I'm ready to deal with this maturely. I appreciate myself. I love myself for who I am. It was my fault too. I didn't handle the situation properly. Thinking clear, good, positive affirmations is really helpful as you go through that process. And Copaiba can really just lift that out and just give it to the universe. Say, I don't want to have to deal with this anymore. And it's so freeing for your heart. At the same time, when individuals I've worked with have used thyme, either internally or right over their heart, to help just yield up, it's the oil of forgiveness, to just yield that up, have seen phenomenal results with the heart. And even if we think we got over that, that was an experience in the past and I'm over it. If you're still dealing with feelings of mistrust, apathy, disconnection, feel like you may be betrayed or rejected to some degree or other, you're not over it, okay? So you may feel like you are, but there's always progress. There's always progress to be had. And so investing in some of these oils for your wellness is a really great idea. Another thing I wanted to mention is, if I can find it, there is a book around here somewhere. Oh, right here. I'm blind. Okay, so it's called I Am Beautiful, and it's blends for emotional well-being. Okay, you can get this on aromatherapy.com like the other books here, but this is called I Am Fabulous. And there is a blend in here that you can make, okay? This is a blend you can make. It's called Mend the Heart, and it's for the brokenhearted, okay? So at times, loved ones betray us, betray our trust, or make choices that disappoint. Using this blend will help heal the damage and mend the wounded heart. It may also restore trust in people and give hope for those who have wronged us. Mend the Heart blend will prevent you from falling into bitterness, resentment, grudges against those who created the pain. Often betrayal causes you to form a wall to prevent others from fully entering into your heart. This blend should be used immediately after hearing the shock of betrayal or disappointment. Okay, powerful blend. Let me tell you what oils are in these, and then we can go from there. So the first one is Eleni Ylang. Okay, it's the oil of a childlike heart. That's the floral one, the King of Flowers one that I love so much. So Eleni Ylang is a significant heart-nourishing oil. Pain might create energetic holes in the heart. Eleni Ylang rushes straight to the heart and fills those holes. Hence, this oil restores the childlike innocence and the joy we all once experienced. Helichrysum is the next one. Helichrysum is known as liquid stitches. Where Eleni Ylang fills up the holes, helichrysum acts as the stitches that hold the emotional tissues together until the heart fully heals. Within a month, the heart should be fully restored and the emotional tissues fused back. It's a powerful blend, okay? If we could get over all this, a heartbreak in a month, wouldn't that be great? So I'm definitely going to be making this blend. I haven't made it yet, but as I was researching for this class, I found it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm making this for myself. So there are times where, you know, whether people intend to or not, you get hurt. I mean, we're all human, right? We all make mistakes. But sometimes things really hurt us, right? And so if we could actually move from those, move upward instead of going downward into bitterness and resentment, how wonderful would that be? Okay, I'm not done yet. Juniper berry is the third oil in this blend. Juniper berry allows you to truly feel the pain of betrayal in order to release it. Mend the Heart blend is not about ignoring the pain and forcing it to go away quickly. Most individuals ignore pain and stuff it down, often using addictions as a salve for years, right? Right? This brings ongoing unwellness. True. That's why I'm doing this, right? We have ongoing unwellness from past experiences. Most individuals, okay, to facilitate healing, it is important to embrace and fully feel the pain, right? Feel it. Endure the ugly cry so that you can become stronger and move on feeling restored. Beautiful, huh? Okay, wild orange brings brightness to the heart. That's the fifth one in this blend. Myrrh is in there. Myrrh nourishes the heart, reminding you that everything is going to be okay. It helps you remember that you have all the love and support that you need to make it through. Two more oils. Douglas fir brightens the mind and increases wisdom. This oil helps you to grow and become wiser through the painful experiences. So learn from your past. And then the last oil in this blend, spearmint. Spearmint helps you verbally, there we go, throat chakra, right? Verbally express the pain to people who love you unconditionally. Lack of verbal expression can cause your health to deteriorate, so it is vital to speak your truth. And we often find it very therapeutic. I mean, as girls, we love to talk, right? It's so connected to our throat chakra. It's so connected to our heart chakra. There's such a flow going on there. And if there's not, we often get thyroid issues, right? And all sorts of throat issues and back of our neck issues and pressure buildup, all that stuff, right? So this is a beautiful blend. I'm gonna give it to you again, but you're welcome to buy this book. It's called I'm Fabulous. Blends for Emotional Well-Being by Desiree Mangadog. And so here's the recipe. 8 drops Ylang Ylang, 3 drops helichrysum, 5 drops juniper berry, 4 drops wild orange, 2 drops myrrh, 2 drops Douglas fir, 1 drop spearmint. Place in a 5 ml bottle, roller bottle, right? Fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil and apply on the inside of the wrists and over the heart. This can be used up to 3 times per day. Typically 1 month of application is sufficient. Pretty awesome, huh? So that's a blend in here. There are other blends in this book as well, but I wanted to highlight that one because I felt like anybody who's dealt with a broken heart, if you could get over a broken heart in 1 month, or even have this on hand, let's say your heart is happy and well and you've cleared all the trapped emotions out of your heart and you're feeling free and open, so use your book. Marking that page. Yeah, let me, if I can find the page again. It's a great one. So Mend the Heart is on page 28, okay? So that one is a great one. I love that. I love that oil blend, and I love all these things. Thanks so much, Kimberly, for being on here. Now let me jump into a few other ones, okay? We haven't talked yet about Jasmine. Okay, Jasmine is the oil, and it smells amazing. Oh my goodness, Jasmine. Jasmine's right up there with like the king of oils, right? Jasmine is amazing. The smell, the beautiful, fresh, the flower, beautiful. Very expensive oil, but now that doTERRA sells it in a roller, it's actually pretty affordable. Jasmine is the oil of sexual something. Sexual purity and balance. Okay, it nurtures healthy sexuality and helps balance sexual forces. So it helps kind of balance that, that the hormones, all that. It also encourages the release of past sexual trauma. So that's important for a lot of people who have gone through abuse and who have experienced sexual trauma in the past, to really let it go. And Jasmine is phenomenal at helping that process. What I like to do, if there is sexual trauma that's happened, often it's in our root chakra area. And so what I would recommend is putting some on the heart, right, to remind us that we really want to be whole in our hearts. And then right on the tailbone is a really good place to put another one, right on that root chakra. And that can help remind us, yes, we're healing from that past, so we feel worthy again. We can come to terms with, yes, this happened to me, but it's not who I am, and I'm releasing that into the ground, into the universe. It no longer needs to hold a place in my body. A lot of times people with sexual trauma in the past experience lots of issues in that root chakra area, especially the reproductive system. Other essential oils that are great for the heart, let's talk about the emotional aromatherapy oils. Those ones are great. Forgive, okay? These come in a 5 ml bottle, but these are roller bottles, really handy to carry around. Forgive is probably one of the most important oils at letting go, because it is an oil of letting go and forgiveness and that type of thing. And to me, this smells really good. I probably need it. I'm going to put it right here on my neck. I love the idea of this. I never thought about putting it right here on the carotid, the artery right here that leads down to the heart, until I was doing some research, and I was like, that is so cool, right? So Forgive is a great one. Then we have Cheer, okay? Who doesn't need some cheer, okay? I recommend you do that blend that I mentioned first, just to clear yourself, out of that broken heart, mend it up, and then delve into this for ongoing support as needed. Cheer smells wonderful. To me, it smells like a candy shop. It's beautiful. I could just eat it all. Cheer always smells good to me. So I'm going to put cheer over my heart, right? And like you can see, I'm layering these things on. If you feel like you could benefit from more than one, maybe 5, maybe all of the ones that I mentioned, use them all. Use them all. That's what they're here for, right? There are medicine from the earth. They're here to bless us, right? So that's cheer. Passion is another one. So passion can rekindle that fire within us that maybe we've grown stagnant or we've burnt out. It can help reignite that fuel. To me, it smells amazing. Really great oil. I'm going to put it right here because maybe it will also help with a little bit of passion that leads to the front from where this ring finger came, right? This ring on this ring finger. I'm just for fun, right? You can put it over your heart. It doesn't mean that you're going to go have a great night, getting intimate or anything with somebody. But it rekindles that passion. It's a great one, though, for Valentine's Day. It smells so good, sweet, smells like candy, but it's also super good for the heart. So not a bad one to diffuse on Valentine's Day, just if you're thinking about it. They do come in the 5 ml size, and so those are easier to put in the diffuser as well. Okay, then there's peace. Okay, peace is amazing for the heart. One thing that I love to do with peace is to put a little bit of peace on one arm, and then I like to put a little bit of serenity on the other one. And look, I've got peace and serenity. And believe me, this combination has helped me so much. Peace and serenity right here, okay? I'm getting peace and serenity at the same time. It's a beautiful combination, and I feel it instantly. I just feel calm and beautiful. I love cheer too, Kimberly. It's one of my favorites as well. So that's peace and serenity right there. Who doesn't need that, right? Maybe right before bed, maybe just to de-stress from the day and the chaos. All those things are good. And the last one, there are a couple more of the emotional aromatherapy. Console, okay? This one is really good to use in a time of grieving, in a time of sadness, when you just need somebody to hold you and rock you and say it's going to be okay and to make everything feel right. Console helps so much for that. And I like to use actually console on my head because it kind of tells my head, okay, it will be okay. It'll be okay. And it just calms my mind, which is usually where this frazzleness is coming from. This grief isn't quite flowing right. So maybe it just needs to settle down. The other one for grief, okay, grief, since we're on the topic, no, people often don't think about this, but one of the best oils for grief is the Breathe blend. Now we kind of were talking about the heart chakra area, how the breast tissues are involved as well as the lungs, right? Breathe is the respiratory blend. It helps us find respiratory respite, maybe. Really, if you think about you're crying and crying and crying, your lungs just feel that, so deeply. Maybe that crying or that, those feelings just kind of rested in the lungs. You didn't quite get them out. Breathe is amazing for that. So you can put Breathe on your heart as well. I knew somebody who got it was a terrible divorce situation, one of the worst outcomes that you could possibly imagine. And she came over to my house, we did some work, she got scanned and Breathe. I mean, it Breathe out, showing all the other oils on her skin. She needed Breathe so bad. She was just, wasn't able to grieve properly or fully or really just get over that grief. So as far as grief goes, Breathe is a really good option. And then the last one in the emotional aromatherapy set is Motivate. Okay, all these oils are so great for the heart, these emotional aromatherapy oils. They're also great to diffuse, great to carry in your purse, so you can use them on hand whenever you want. The reason to put oils on your wrist help affect your mind right away, your emotional state right away. I'm not sure why it works, just that it does. So this is motivate. It kind of helps you feel motivated, okay? So whether it's to go out and make something of yourself, go and try new things, get out of your comfort zone, motivate can really help with that. So I love motivate for that one. And the last one that I didn't get to mention yet is rose, okay? When it comes to frequency, rose essential oil is the highest vibrational frequency of any natural substance found on the planet. Rose measures way higher. It's an outlier completely. And let me tell you a little bit about rose. Rose is the oil of divine love. And if you think about it, there is nothing greater, no greater force in this entire universe than love. And love from the divine, from heaven, outshines any of that love found on earth. So using rose can do wonders for our body. I mean, anywhere you want to put rose. Rose is great for the integumentary system, the skin. It's amazing. What it does is it just brings lightness and love and this love energy. And when you see somebody in love, what do they look like? They're happy, they're joyful, they just feel everything is okay, everything is alive, every good thing is alive. That's what love feels like when you're in love. And that love can come down from you from the divine. This love of, I just love you so much. You're doing the best you can here on earth, and you are being so good. I'm so proud of you. This love can just continue to come in. And I have felt so much divine love and grace come down when I have used rose essential oil. If you have not smelled doTERRA rose essential oil, please get to a place you can. Okay, tell me, okay, Nikki, I need to come meet with you because I want to smell rose. Rose can change your life. Now, you can buy rose anywhere on whatever plant, at whatever marketplace. A lot of people sell rose water or rose oil to some degree. But doTERRA rose is totally pure, okay? It just has a carrier oil, a fractionated coconut oil, but no other, nothing else in it besides rose essential oil, just the straight essential oil. It's so expensive, but like Jasmine, they put it in a roller diluted so that you can actually afford it. So it's affordable. And to bring this oil that represents, or this flower, this rose that represents God's love is amazing to have. I've rubbed it on my heart when I've been feeling down, rubbed it on my wrist, rubbed it on blemishes on my skin. And I'll tell you what, when I use rose, I feel so better. It's almost like a hand just reaches down and says, you're doing great. I love you. I support you. We're in this together. It's a beautiful thing. And so yeah, rose smells amazing. It's rose. It's Bulgarian rose from doTERRA. There is no purer rose I have found on the entire planet. So definitely take advantage of rose. Rose is beautiful. Rose is amazing. If you like the smell of roses, imagine smelling the purest rose in the world in such a rich essential oil, roller. It's amazing. So that's one thing there. All right, a couple other things that I wanted to mention as far as essential oils for the heart goes is that essential oils can definitely help. Like, for example, there are other ones like hope, can bring hope. Any of the essential oils that are good for an emotional component can help our hearts so much. And I just want to share a personal experience with the essential oils. Oh yeah, isn't that rose in the roller amazing, Kimberly? I actually was praying for almost an entire year that I would be able to find rose essential oil in a format that I trusted, that I felt like I could really give people because I knew what rose could do. I knew the emotional benefits of rose. And so I was praying and praying. And then this past September, doTERRA made it available, this purest rose. And I cried. And I cried for several experiences after that when I remembered. And it was just such an amazing thing to be able to know God's answer to my question, where can I find rose, was given to me, and rose represents the oil of divine love. I think God was really using my my mindset of liking to connect metaphors and symbolism to bring that to me. I honestly believe God answers our questions in ways that we understand in a very personal way. And so rose was that for me. Another experience I had, and this is a little bit of a sad one, in 2013. In 2013, in November, I actually lost a baby. And I miscarried a baby at 20 weeks with my baby boy. And was right between my oldest two and my younger two girls. And it was the most earth-shattering experience. Now, I'd been brokenhearted as a teenager in my early, almost 20. I had been brokenhearted. I had felt like I was ripped apart, smashed on everything. And nothing could prepare me for the devastation that hit when I found out I no longer had my baby. And that was just I can't explain it. It was something I would never wish on my worst enemy. The emotional drainage, just the depression, the despair, not even wanting to move on, wishing I could just end right now, go to heaven and be with this baby. All these symptoms of grief. Thank you so much, Kimberly. And it was so hard, but I don't remember where I got the idea to use this, but something that I had read or listened to made me think I need to use Ylang Ylang essential oil. And I happen to have had that. I think I had just bought that recently when this experience happened, and I liked the smell of it. So I was like, okay, nothing can really help me get over this, but I'll use the oil to help, just to help. And I will tell you what, just like a medication where you can tell when it wears off, I could tell when Ylang Ylang wore off, because what happened is I used a ton of it during this time, and I was not ashamed of that at all. I was dumping 3, 4, 5 drops in my hand. I would rub it in my hands, breathe it, rub it everywhere, rub it on my chest, the back of my neck, rub it on my ears, rub it on my face, anywhere I could. I just rubbed it on. And when I rubbed it on, I cried. And I cried and I cried and I heaved those emotions up. And Ylang Ylang just, it helped, it made me cry. Every time I use it, I cry. And looking back, Ylang Ylang is one of the best oils for the heart. And it's the oil of, let me get this right, the inner child, I want to say. Skipping over it. The oil of the inner child. So what it does is it encourages heart knowing, and it encourages us to push past, or to release emotional trauma from the past, to support an age regression work, and it helps us relieve feelings of sadness that have been bottled up, or anger, feelings that have been buried inside are brought to light, brought to the surface. Obviously that was happening. This emotional healing and flow, the natural heart, nurturing the heart through the process, all of that. So it reminds individuals that joy can be felt and experienced more fully by allowing the heart its full range of emotions. And by all means, I was feeling those whole range of emotions. And I was using Ylang Ylang about probably 10 times a day, I want to say. I was using it, dousing myself. And after those periods of time, I could feel when they would wear off, because I would start feeling despair again. I would start, falling back into that pattern of, well, I would rather be dead right now than to deal with this. It's just too hard. I would put on the oil, I would cry, and then I would feel a little bit better until the oil wore off. Okay, I lived on Ylang Ylang for months. Okay. And I love that oil so much. Ylang Ylang saved me. It was the oil, the one at the time, the one oil I knew could help my heart. And it did. Yeah, I went through hell and back, right? Yeah, I went through all that. But Eleni Ylang helped me. I love you too, Kimberly. Eleni Ylang helped me pull through that. That's why I want you to know about these oils. That's why I want you to benefit from these essential oils, these stories, these things I'm sharing with you. Because I've had so many little miracles and big miracles happen as a result of using essential oils for emotional support. So please, dive into your oils, use them. There are a couple that I forgot to mention that I will just briefly. One is Geranium. Geranium is the oil of making connections when we feel apathetic or we just want to disconnect from the world. No, I can't do this anymore. Shutting people out. If you're shutting people out or you're not allowing yourself to make friends because you're worried about not being able to follow through or keep good relationships, or I can't stay in touch with people, whatever your excuse, if you're not making friends and nurturing relationships, you probably need marjoram. You need to be rubbing it on your heart every day or taking it in a capsule, a couple drops a day or a couple drops twice a day. Get that going because you want to be you. You want to be your best self. And geranium is the oil of love and trust. This one, to some people, so marjoram, it smells just like the herb marjoram. Definitely smells like an herb. Nothing too fancy. The herb smells like an herb. Okay. Geranium smells a little bit to me like olives, canned olives. But sometimes it smells very sweet to me, and then I know I really need it. And geranium, you can put in any of those places that we did for the heart. Okay, so this carotid artery right here, the heart, the reflexology points in the hands, the feet, the wrist, under the ring finger right there. So geranium is great for that. I think that's it. I think that's all I prepared for this class, the essential oils for the heart. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to share this video. I've tried to be as compliant as possible, but please feel free to share this video if you know somebody who deals with anything related to this heart area, whether it's the heart itself, whether it's the lungs, the breast tissue, okay? Like a lot of women are nervous about building, autoimmune diseases in this part of their body, right? So if you know somebody who's dealing with anything in this area, the heart really needs to be open so it can shed that healing light. Like really, like the heart does. If you've ever seen how the body just kind of has this energy about it, the brain, the energy of the brain is so vast. And depending on, how strong with energy the other organs are, you'll see that the heart is like 6 feet diameter around you, right? So 6 feet, all around you. So the heart is powerful. It really sheds that light everywhere. So getting the heart healthy will help cleanse that energy in your entire body, really. If you're over 6 feet tall, you're still in good shape, right? Because 6 feet, right? I guess that would be 12-foot diameter. 6-foot radius, right? So yeah, so really this whole yourself, you're meant to heal, and your heart is that center chakra that should just be able to heal everything. And so if you have other issues, if you want to really just do some deep diving and clear out emotional trauma from your past or whatever, essential oils are great at breaking that up. If you want to schedule an emotion code session with me, I can help clear out a lot of that other stuff too. But definitely use essential oils. They're amazing. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for your beautiful comment. I'm always happy to share my knowledge and what I know. And thank you so much. And I think you're amazing and beautiful too. So I love you. Thanks so much. Please feel free to share this video. If you wanted people to join on this video but they weren't able to, you can still share this video. So feel free to do that. Enjoy. Have a wonderful night. Feel free to contact me if you have any other questions or comment below, and I'll be happy to answer. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Kimberly, for staying on till the end. Take care.